Hi guys, today I am back with another 12 by 12 layout. This time I am working um, on a collaboration that I'm doing with Mari Clark. I'm going to put her information in the description box below so you can check out her YouTube channel and the page that she made. But what we're doing is we're doing a little mini series on mixed media, and each week what we're going to do is choose a different mixed media, or maybe not each week, but each time we do this collaboration, we're going to be doing a different mixed media. And this week we are focusing on distress paint. And what we decided to do is I'm going to be doing a layout, either an 8.5 by 11 or a 12 by 12. And then Mari is going to be doing an art journal. So you get a little bit of each thing to see in each of our different videos that we're doing. So like I said, today I am working with the distress paint, and I showed you a close-up of that distress paint, but the two that I'm using are the picked raspberry and the broken china. And all I am doing is dabbing that on a little bit of scrap paper, and then I added a little bit of water to the top and then kind of slammed down the dauber to get that splatter effect. So I'm just doing that kind of all over the page with the two different colors. And this is actually a technique I think I saw for the first time on Nicole Jones 911 on one of her videos, and I really thought it was kind of cool. So I thought I'd make a little background using the distress paint. So here I'm just drying it up, and then I'm going to decide that it's just too big. That page is too big, and I didn't want to use as many photos as I originally thought. So I'm going to cut down the page, and I'm going to make it an 8.5 by 11 spread instead of the 12 by 12. And then I'm only going to end up using 2 of the 4 or 5 photos that I originally thought I was going to use. So here I'm just trimming it up, and I'm trying to make it even so I don't have a big bunch of white space on one side or the other. And then it kind of cuts off some of the splatter and makes it look more like a background page. So here are those 2 photos I'm using. Those are pictures of my friend's daughter and her birthday party. So here I'm just taking some tissue paper, some gift wrapping tissue paper, so that I can mount those photos on that tissue paper, and I'm just using my ruler to tear off the tissue paper. It's a pretty clean edge, but it does give it a little bit of different texture, and it doesn't look so sharp as if I cut it with a scissors. So I'm just using my Tim Holtz ruler there and just kind of ripping those edges off. And I do tear it up a little bit, but I am okay with that. So next I'm going to crumple up those papers, and then I'm going to mount the photos on each one of those pieces of tissue paper. And then that whole picture cluster is going to go kind of in the bottom right hand corner of this page. First, before I mount it on the tissue paper, I am going to mount it on some black cardstock. I felt like it was kind of, I don't know, if not defined enough on the edges, so I'm adding the black cardstock to further define the pictures. And I'm just hand cutting that out with my Tim Holtz scissors there. Instead of using my paper trimmer, I was just being lazy. So here I'm just kind of figuring out where I wanted to go, mounting it on that tissue paper, and then next I'm going to be picking out some other pages that I want to use, or other papers. And this is from an old Scaptastic kit that I had from either last fall or last summer, and I had quite a bit of stuff left from this kit, and I am completely down to my little scraps. I have quite a bit of die cuts left, but I'm just not able to use them. I've tried to use them on a lot of layouts, and you're going to see here that I'm going to mess around a lot with the die cuts, and I just can't figure out what I like the best. So you are going to see me fiddle a lot with those. But I do have quite a bit left. I think I'm probably going to end up using most of my Project Life and then call it quits for this kit and call it killed. I have no more pattern paper. I used a lot of the stickers from the sticker sheet and all that. So I'm pretty happy with how much I've used. So you can see there that I have quite a bit of die cuts left. But like I said, I'm probably just going to end up using them on a Project Life spreads. I'm having problems using them on pages. The colors just aren't quite right for what the colors in this kit were. I think there's a lot of bright colors in this kit and not as many muted, and so I'm having troubles using some of those muted die cuts. So here I just found a piece of scrap paper from the kit that has the multi-colored or multi-pattern paper, and then I'm just going to ground all of that with that yellow piece. And I'm going to fiddle with this other piece here that's wood grain, but I'm going to end up not using it, and I'm also going to fiddle with some of these other scraps. And that is literally what you see there is all the scraps I have left on that entire from that entire kit. So that's pretty darn good. So I'm going to end up using just that yellow piece. And I just kind of like how that grounds the layout. I felt like it was floating a little bit, and I think that makes it look a lot nicer now. And then here is where I start the crazy amount of fiddling with the embellishments. I'm going to fiddle and I'm going to move and I'm going to turn and I'm going to twist and I'm going to tuck and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm going to end up probably only using about 5 pieces of these die cuts and ephemera. So you can watch me on my embellishment placement journey. And I'm going to really try. I really wanted to use that present because it was perfect because it's a birthday. And that's just not going to work. I think a lot of the reason why I have problems with these two are those acetate pieces. I believe they're from Heidi Swap, and they're see-through. And I don't know, something about the see-through, it's weird. I don't know. I have a lot of trouble using them. I'm going to end up only using that all-time favorite hexagon yellow shape that I have there. I'm going to use a couple others too, but the only thing so far that it's on the page is that hexagon shape. So here I'm going to fiddle, and I'm also now, that little present that's in the bottom left, there is another hexagon that's blue that says wish. I'm going to end up using that, but it's going to end up going in the top left. I placed a couple other acetate pieces on those splatters. That's not going to stay. Like I said, there's lots of fiddling with this layout. So I was thinking about cutting it out, but then I know a lot of people like to see the process, so I decided to keep it in. So that's why you're seeing me fiddle a lot. And then I'm going to decide here in a couple minutes that I don't like, here I go, that I thought this background was just a little bit too much, too bold, and it was kind of taken away from the pictures. So what I'm going to do is take some of this vellum, and it's a cardstock vellum, so it's a little bit thicker than your normal vellum, and I'm going to add that on the background, and I just like how it softens up those splatters, and they're just not quite as bold. And I also like that kind of fuzzy, soft effect it gives. So here I'm just gluing that down kind of where you can't see behind the embellishments in the paper. And then I'm going to also adhere in the top left after I get that cluster up and going. And I just really like how that looks. And in the close-ups, when I show them in a little bit, I'm going to show you the difference between having the vellum and not having the vellum. So you'll kind of see the difference. And you can let me know what you guys think you like better. So near, I'm finally committing. I want to get this stuff down. Oh, no, I lied. I'm still not committing. This is crazy. It's crazy. This embellishment stuff is crazy. Oh, that's right. I don't think I end up using that yellow one after all. I end up using this other Capture Life sticker, and then I'm going to use another little old-time Polaroid-looking camera in that thing as well, and then using this yellow banner. That's why I was thinking I used that all-time favorite, is because I'm using that yellow banner, and they were both yellow. I don't have the layout in front of me. I don't know how many videos I've done like this, and I never remember to put the layout in front of me. It would probably be very helpful for narration. Anyway, back to the layout. I am adding that little blue tab. These are all from that sticker sheet, and the sticker sheet is from Allison Kreft, the Capture Life collection. Again, it's also from the Scraptastic kit that I got last year. And there's that little Polaroid in the bottom left-hand corner. And then I'm going to add this special day sticker. Again, all these stickers are from that Allison Kreft Capture Life sticker sheet. And I'm going to play around a little more. This today sticker I am going to use, but I'm going to end up cutting it down a little bit. I don't like how fat it was, and I don't like how there's that extra piece at the end of today that's sticking out. So I'm going to end up trimming it up and making it into a little banner, and then using one of the scrap pieces of the pink sticker that I cut out as another layer, kind of looking like the paper, just to add a little bit more of that hot pink to I think the bottom of the layout. So here I'm trimming that up, that today thing, I'm trimming it up, and I'm going to put it in the top left, and I'm going to put that little piece of pink right there, just to add a little bit more pink to bring the color from the top where the today is, the tissue paper, and that all down kind of towards the bottom of the page. And here, now I'm finally committing. A little bit earlier you saw me use a little EK Success powder tool. I put that powder tool, the powder on the back of the stickers because I am a commitment phobe, so I have problems committing. So I use that to keep the sticky off of it until I kind of figure out exactly where I want to put it. And 9 times out of 10, wherever I have it laying is probably where it's going to end up staying. So I'm not sure why I use that powder tool. It just makes me feel better. So I added that Wish hexagon shape up in the top where I have that today banner, and then I'm just going to add in some other little acetate pieces here and there. 2 are some orange starbursts, and the other 2 are hearts. One's a little red heart, and then the other one is a little blue heart with an arrow through it. And I'm going to use my little Xyron adhesive sticker maker to add these down. And I'm using a repositional adhesive in this, and I think it gives the best coverage without giving all the little cobwebs that the permanent one I've found gives. So next I'm just going to add in some enamel dots from the Scraptastic kit that I got. And it's going to be kind of the pink color, a lighter pink color, and the gray. I think I might also use the yellow enamel dot too. And I kind of mix it up. Not all the three clusters look the same. I'm using a little bit different because I don't have a whole lot of those enamel dots left, so I'm kind of mixing it up a bit. I believe the last but not least is adding on the title for this layout. I am terrible with titles, so I'm going to play around and struggle with this for a little bit. I think this is the last thing. I could be wrong. I just made this yesterday and I've already forgotten what I'm all doing on this. So here you're just going to see me play around the title. This is also from the Allison Craft sticker sheet. I'm going to put that on some wax paper so I can move it around a bit. And it's going to just say Fun Bday, and then I'm going to add a little bit later on some Heidi Swap sparkly tealish, bluish, greenish colored stickers to finish off the title. So here I'm just going to put this down, and you're going to see me fuss with this a little bit too. It's not quite right. It's up a little too high. It's down too low. It's too much to the left, too much to the right. You would think the wax paper would help me. Usually it does. This time I guess it was just a day to fuss because I sure did a lot of fussing with this. So here I'm just placing all of this down. The nice thing with that vellum, it is easy to move those stickers because those paper kind of stickers from the sticker sheets usually stick pretty well, and I don't always have the best of luck removing them if I don't put them in the right spot, so that's good. So here, like I said, I am wrong. I am adding more stuff on. I found that I had some of these little vellum pieces left, and I thought if I could try to incorporate them in the layout, that would be good too, because I do have quite a bit, as you can see, left over. So I added that little yellow bow to the Capture Life sticker. It makes it look like that little life sticker has a little bow on its head. I also added in a piece of pink vellum. It looks kind of like a half of a doily. And then I'm going to end up putting in one or two different vellum hearts. Mostly going to be using my Xyron sticker maker for that. I'm going to try some other doilies, which I just did a couple seconds ago, trying to get them to fit in, but they don't always work that well, or that didn't work very well. It was just not quite the right color. It just didn't fit in where I was trying it. So I'm going to add this little chevron shape and some hearts. I'm going to pull some hearts out of the kit here in a second. I'm going to dig around for a bit. There's a heart. It's kind of a wood grain color on that heart, and I'm going to stick it over there on the right hand side. And it fits in pretty well out there. It's a good layering piece behind that banner. And then I'm going to add a little heart at the top left cluster by that wish, and then I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive back behind that banner so that the vellum stays down just a little bit better. And here's where I'm going to start adding in those Heidi Swap glittery sticker label or sticker letters. And I'm not sure if this has a particular collection or not, but I'm just adding them in. They came in the Scraptastic kit, and I don't think I kept the packaging. Let me see. I do have that sitting right next to me. Let me see if I can tell you which ones those are. No, it doesn't look like it. Let me see. Oh, here it is. It just says Heidi Swap stickers. That's not very informative. Well, they're Heidi Swap. So if you need them, I have seen them at Michael's, I believe. So I'm just adding in here that says Allie's Fun Bday number 4. In the bottom right hand corner, I added a number symbol in 4 because she turned 4. And I'm looking to see if I can add anything else, and that's it. I wanted to thank you guys so much. There's the difference between the vellum and the non-vellum. I want to thank you guys so much, and if you could, please check out Mari Clark's video that she's going to be doing on her art journal. I'm going to leave a link below. And please, I'm always willing and loving to see your comments. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you check out Mari. Let me know what you think about her video. And stay tuned for more process videos like this for our little mini series. Thanks and have a great day. Bye, guys.